Dave, how old are you?
93 and a half. And when you get that age, you start counting by the months.
The first time I saw Dave at the gym, I thought he was maybe 75, maybe 80, but then, and I thought that because I saw you doing these pull-ups, like most people can't do, and you were just cranking them out.
I know by now, from what I've learned doing this, that it's good for me, keeps me alive and keeps me healthy.
Yeah. So tell me about a normal workout routine. What do you do each day, each workout?
I just cut it down to the basics that works all the muscles in my body. Now, the older we get, the less muscle and the less of everything you can build. It's just very, very difficult. Mm-hmm. I keep at basics, and every 3 months I change. I verify, change so that I don't lose interest. For instance, this 3 months, I'm doing 15 machines, 1 or 2 sets of 16 repetitions. And that covers the entire body, the type of machines I've selected in the gym. Now that's every other day. Then the day in between, but not always, the days in between I'll come over to the gym and I'll do my stretching. And that's 20 minutes, and then I get on a bicycle for a half hour and do 5 miles, and that's it. And that keeps my legs more flexible.
Yeah.
So I set a goal of 160 pound body weight. There's only one time in 70 years that I've gone over that. And that's when I had to have my back operated on. But the minute I got back and was able to get back in the gym, I started cutting back. If you do that and you weigh yourself every morning and say you go over your maximum weight, then you cut back for 2 days or 3 days and you're back under the limit. You don't let it go until you're 10 pounds over 15 or 20.
Okay. And
the more weight you add to that, the more difficult it is. Looking over years of listening to doctors, they say, oh, you shouldn't weigh yourself every day. I don't buy that theory. That's control. And the easier it is to control things, the easier it is for you to stay within a spot in your life. See?
Yeah, there's a saying, if you don't measure it, you can't manage it, right?
Exactly,
You gotta
yes. And I go work out, and I come back, and I usually have my breakfast 8:30 to 9 o'clock. So
yeah, and your breakfast sounds like it's all very high protein.
Yes.
And low carbohydrate. Tell us about how you're able to keep a positive attitude. What keeps you excited?
I lost my wife of 66 years, so I'm alone, and I decided I am not going to do the things that I see most people do, and that is sink into depression and self-pity over losing your loved one. She was a wonderful woman. So I started getting up again in the morning, sit on the edge of the bed, and say, I choose to be happy today. And it works.
What advice specifically would you have for people that are in their 50s or 60s, and they're getting close to retirement, or maybe they've just recently retired?
You're in a retirement mode, and before you retire, start planning something that you want to either take up as a hobby or a profession or something, an activity, sports activities, to keep you busy physically, and do some things to keep you busy mentally. You're never too old to learn something.
Absolutely.
And the brain has a tremendous capacity, and if you keep it healthy, it'll do wonders for you.
You've been retired for more than 30 years. What do you do with your time to keep busy?
I started thinking about things that I would like to do. I played a little pool, so I thought I've always liked pool, but I never took enough time to really learn pool. Got a hold of an instructor and spent 6 months learning all the basics of pool. And pretty soon the next year I took my double garage, cleaned it out, set up a shop, and started making pool cues. I bought another 30 books on how to make pool cues and woods.
Yeah.
Now, well, I do have a business, a side business. I developed a hose reel for washing down commercial kitchens. You mount on the wall, retractable. And I package those, a few every year, and sell them. So being sedative doesn't enter my mind. That's just it.
Dave, thank you so much for sharing. I'm inspired by you. I think a lot of people are inspired by you.
Well, I appreciate you coming over. You know, in all the years I've doing this, maybe a half a dozen people I've invited in to see them because, you know, it's just a private little business, and you're a good friend of mine, and
yeah,
I wanted you to see us. At least I'll have a record of what I did when I was younger.
At the young age of 93.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay. Take care. Have a good one.